Thank God that the brothers on the rise now. Endless celebrations all in my house.
Afternoon, guys. Welcome to Top Bins Football. I'm joined here today with my son Roman, and we're going to be doing a match review or preview of the big one, Liverpool United. So, over to you, big man.
What kind of team do you want to see United put up against Liverpool?
What do I want to see, or what am I?
What formation do you want to see? Like, not what you think Ollie will do. What formation do you want to see?
What I want to see is us. I think this is the match of the season, right? Big match, and Ollie's got to be brave. He's got to be brave this one. He's got to be brave in his team selection.
Like, why should we...
He's got to take the game to him, basically.
Yeah.
He's got to say, I fucked up against City, right? I picked the wrong team, the wrong guys. They didn't perform for me. So this is my chance to put that right. So he's got to take the game to them as opposed to sitting back like he did at City.
Yeah, like what I don't get is, like, I wouldn't be surprised to see 5 at the back with McFred or 2
Can't go 5 at the back.
And then Bruno having to drop so deep to get the ball, and then our strikers being just starved of anything.
Yeah. Can't go 5 at the back. What he'll probably do is he'll go for he'll bring Lindelof back, which I think is wrong. Because why bring a player back who's injured or just come back from an injury into the biggest game?
When Bailly has been doing so well, he's been probably one of our best defenders.
Exactly. And also, what we want to do is take the game to them. They're there to be beaten.
Agreed.
They should be afraid of us.
Agreed.
Not the other way around.
So, would you want to see the diamond or Ollie's 4-2-3-1?
I want to see. Ideally, my formation would be this: we play De Gea in goal, Maguire and Bailly, Shaw out left, Wan-Bissaka right. Then I'd have Matic holding, and to really piss everyone off or to really upset Liverpool, I'd go Pogba, Van der Beek, Bruno.
Agreed.
Right? They'd be I think the battle's got to be won in midfield. Right? I think Klopp's there and he's going, I know exactly how United are going to line up. Yeah, because this is my team talk. This is how I'm going to train. This is how we're going to train throughout the week towards this game, right? And now before kick-off, Ollie throws one into the bag and goes, Van der Beek's playing in midfield, and Klopp's like, fuck, we haven't.
But do you think changing our formation from to the diamond will like disrupt our progress because we've been playing 4-2-3-1?
No, it'll disrupt their progress.
I agree, because we don't really have any natural wingers that can create. Like Rashford, I don't think he's a winger because he doesn't really look for a cross into the box. He just looks to cut in and shoot. Yeah,
agreed.
So I don't see what creativity you've got on the wings. Whereas in midfield, you've got Pogba, you've got Donny, you've got Bruno. You've got players that can provide creativity.
The battle will be won in midfield. If we press high and we play Pogba, Bruno and Van der Beek against their midfielders, I'd take that every day of the week.
Agreed.
We'd absolutely swamp them with football intelligence, swapping positions, moving in and out. That would force their front three to move further up back and help their midfield out. So we've nothing to worry about. They're not getting a shot on goal. We're pushing them out. We're not afraid of you. We're going for it.
Agreed. Why should we be afraid of them? We're above them in the league. That's what I don't get. That they're without their best defender. And I know Martial might be out for that game, but then if we play the diamond, we can have Rashford and Cavani, or we could even have Cavani and Greenwood. We've got options up front.
Loads of options up front, and I would say take the game to them. They're there to be beaten. It would have been the same against City, even if he didn't play Van der Beek against City. But he kind of said, I'm playing a formation that we're going to... I want teams to be worried about us now. I want teams to be scared of us. We're top by 3 points. Same level of games, top by 3 points, and it's like, why should we hold back against the big teams?
Yeah.
It's like, we're now in a position as to say, well, you try and topple us. We're not afraid of you anymore.
Yeah.
We're going to come and get you. So, play a strong team, play a team that no one's expecting, or chuck something in that no one's expecting, and what have you got to lose?
Yeah.
And even if we do lose, we're still level on points.
Yeah, we're still top.
So you've got nothing to lose in this game, but go for it.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid.
I think Wan-Bissaka and Shaw can look after Mane and Salah. I genuinely think they can.
But you won't have to.
Yeah.
If you swamp their midfield, their front three have to go back and help out, right? So there's our wide players or our wing backs, they're just free to go up and down. because everything is congested in the middle. You'd knock the wide players out. So then, Maguire and Bailly only have to deal with one striker.
Yeah.
Because Marnie and Salah have got to go in fields and help out because their midfield is shit compared to ours if you play that.
Yeah.
And we'd run rings around them.
Yeah, we could definitely beat them in midfield. Definitely.
The alternative system to that is if Ollie wants to go 4-3-3, then again, why not move Donny to the right?
Yeah, I think Van der Beek should be playing, especially if Martial isn't playing, because
I think that's our trump card. That's a player that no one is expecting. That's a player that Klopp hasn't even considered him to get any games.
Yeah, and what I don't get is Donny is. But Solskjaer's been saying Donny will be getting time next season, but it's not like he's Amad Diallo who's just come in. He's a prospect for the future. Donny is a prospect for the future, but he's ready now. He's ready to be playing games now. He's ready to be in the first team. He's good enough to be in the first team now. So
all right, so I'll put this to you then. What if a front three? We know Martial's out. He's injured, so he likes to play 4-3-3. He's going to play Rashford. He's going to play Cavani. I've heard rumours that the young kid,
Dan James,
would play in that front three. Now, if you were to put Dan James or Donny who would you pick out of the two?
You'd pick Donny.
It's a no-brainer.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see, apart from running, I don't see what James brings to the team. Like he can't get across. I don't know about him beating players, but all he can do is run. And against Liverpool, going up against I don't know, I think it'd be against Robertson. How's he going to beat Robertson?
Correct. And if we play a deep line, because Solskjaer set us up to be fearful of Liverpool when he shouldn't.
Yeah.
If we play a deep line, all our players move back. We ping the ball out to James. All right, he runs 60 yards with the ball and then stops because he's got nowhere to go, and the rest of the team can't catch up with him. Yeah. So it's pointless having him there.
Yeah. And I think Robertson could deal with him anyway, whereas Donny could actually provide some creativity from the right wing. He could come and provide some creativity from the right wing. He could provide some creativity from box to box, and box to box as well. It's like if we've got Donny on one side, Pogba on the other. Let's say, it's also got longevity because if we're playing a smaller team and we're winning 3-0, we can take one of them off and put McTominay on, or we can put Fred on in the box to box, or we can put even Mata at number 10, or we can play Fred at the holding position. I'm not talking about that against Liverpool, but against a smaller team like West Brom, we've got loads of options in that diamond.
Yes, we have. I think what he really wants to do now is be brave. Go with the formation people aren't expecting. Go with players that people aren't expecting. Take the game to them, and give them 45 minutes.
Definitely.
Give them 45 minutes, and it's like if we go in 1-0 at half time on that formation, Liverpool have got worries and problems.
Definitely.
And at the end of the day, they're more scared of us.
Yeah, they should be.
They can't afford to lose this game.
Yeah. Because if we win, we're 6 points clear, and then our two next games are like Fulham and Sheffield. That's 6 points.
Yeah, and they're the matches that bring Lindelof back on them matches, put Dan James in on them matches, But your big games, get your big players in, get your intelligent players in. This is a game we don't have to win, but imagine if we won.
Yeah.
Imagine if United won this match. Liverpool haven't lost at home. We haven't lost away for over a year. So it's like it's very even, but imagine.
What I wouldn't like to see is us playing 4 at the back, let's say doing 4-2-3-1 with McFred, because McFred offers nothing. They offer nothing creativity-wise. I think Pogba or Donny have to play there, and Pogba should be. He was man of the match against Burnley for me.
Yeah.
He scored the winner. Why would he not play in that midfield pivot? I don't know about you, I don't like Pogba on the wing. I would prefer him on the wings than someone like Dan James, but I don't like him on the wing.
No, and we shouldn't. I don't think we should play with wingers because, like you said, we don't have any.
Yeah,
we don't have any wingers. So the battle, I think, is won in midfield. And if we play narrow in midfield and give them problems in the middle of the park, we don't have to worry about the wings.
Yeah,
because it's like the ball isn't going out to the wings. It's all played through the middle, very tic-tacky, very 1-2, very tight. And then you've got the players in there to do that sort of football.
Yeah,
and then. Who will they have in there? Henderson. Who else might they play
Thiago,
there?
maybe. I'm not sure if he's injured, but maybe.
Yeah. Who else could line up there? Milner. I mean, Christ.
Fabinho.
If them three can't run rings around them, and then be asking Salah and Mane to come back and help them out, that's when we've got them, because that's when they've got to worry.
Yeah.
And they're like, this wasn't how we were set out to play.
Yeah, but
this wasn't the game
I wouldn't
plan.
be surprised to see United playing Maguire and then Lindelof if he comes back, and then Muckfred. I know, but then Muckfred to protect them, and then Dan James on the right wing just running into Robertson, who's one of the best left backs in the league, and just doing nothing. I wouldn't be surprised to see that. Bruno having to drop so deep, maybe to then the strikers are just starved of anything that they can actually do to hurt Liverpool's back line.
Right, that's the worry, innit?
Yeah.
The worry is,
because with Bailly we can push up, and we can actually we can be pushing up nearly like to the halfway line and further against Liverpool, because we don't need to worry about that ball in behind, because Bailly's very quick.
yeah, no, I agree. The worry for me is that Solskjaer will set them up defensively and say, let's hit them on the break, And you've got Rashford, who isn't too much on form, and you've got Cavani, who's hasn't got the legs for that. And our and Bruno, and our midfield is, we haven't got a midfield then, because our two holding are too scared to move forward. So that's why we have to win the battle in midfield.
The Dynamo formation, it's a dream, because people are saying you can't play people have said, I've seen people say that you can't play Bruno and Pogba in the same team. That's like saying you can't play Maguire and Wan-Bissaka in the same team. But in this, you'd actually play Donny in the same team, Pogba in the same team, and Bruno in the same team. That is a dream. That is literally our three best midfielders in the same team, and then Matic can hold it at CDM.
I think anyone who's got any sort of footballing sense can play together.
Yeah.
They can play together.
Yeah, and that's three players and lots of football intelligence.
What are you going to do when you're trying to build up a team of really good players? You say, well, I can't have an 11 really good players because they can't all play together. It's bullshit. Do you know what I mean? It's like, why would you not have your best players playing for you? I
just worry that we're going to see Lindelof and Maguire, because I know Ollie has chosen that. But I mean, I'd rather see Twanzebe and Maguire. I'd rather see Twanzebe or Bailly, for me, have to play at centre back, because we have to have pace at centre back. Maguire and Lindelof is literally our worst centre back pairing. Obviously not including Rojo and Jones. I don't know, everyone can see it doesn't work. I wouldn't be surprised if we played that, Klopp was like, right, Mane, Salah, go down the wings, put crosses into the box, just bombard them with crosses. Alexander-Arnold, Robertson, put crosses into the box. They'll probably play Firmino up front because Jota's still injured. Bombard them with crosses. They can't deal with it. When Bailly's in there, it changes the entire team almost. Certainly the back line.
Yeah, but that's why the formation has got to be right.
Yeah,
is we can't be scared of them, and we can't be soaking up pressure. We can probably get away with it with a lesser team, but a team like Liverpool, we can't do. I mean, we proved that against City in the cup game. They didn't have a number 9. They were interchanging their players up front, and before you know it, we were 2-0 down. Now, why can't we do that to Liverpool with our exciting players, our players with football intelligence? Imagine Pogba, Bruno, Donny, Cavani. Yeah. Imagine them four just going at the Liverpool goal, and that's what they've got to do. It's like we want to come away from that tomorrow 6 points clear, and Liverpool looking behind them, thinking, well, who's going to catch us up for second?
Yeah,
and God forbid if we won and we're 6 points clear, and like you say, we've got them 2 games after.
Winnable, yeah.
That's another 6 points.
Yeah.
And
and who would you say Liverpool are going to win their next 2 games? That puts us even further ahead.
Well, I'm pretty sure Liverpool soon have got City and Tottenham.
Yeah, they do.
Coming up.
Yeah.
So
if Ollie was to play his 4-2-3-1, and let's say, I really hope not, but let's say he goes with Lindelof, Maguire, and then Muckfred, what score prediction do you think the score's going to be if we play our 4-2-3-1?
What if we play the same team we played against City?
Yes.
We'll lose 2-0.
You think?
If not more.
And if we play the Diamond?
I think we'll win it.
You think?
Yeah.
I don't know. I disagree. I think we can get a draw with that, with the team, with Lindelof, Maguire, and Muckfred. Because I think Muckfred will just be protecting them so much. Then we'll have to hit him on the break, and we may get a goal.
I can't see it.
Yeah, I'll play the Diamond all day long, but I just still think we could still get a point from that game.
If we go with the same lineup as we did against City, we'll lose.
Yeah.
And we can't afford to do that. Well, we can afford to do it on paper.
Yeah, but with this, we can
psychologically,
win this game.
they're there. I think they're there for the taking.
Yeah.
With the right team.
Yeah. Like Klopp has been saying about, I think he's been saying or they've been saying how many penalties Bruno's getting. So I think that's because they're scared. They're scared of Bruno because we've got such intricate players around the box. Rashford, and we've had Martial. Such intricate players that they get tripped and we get loads of penalties, and Bruno just puts them away for fun, really.
Yeah, and that's what and you're right. I think Liverpool are scared. Klopp is scared. It's like, because
without Mane and Salah, they don't really have anything going forward except their wing backs.
Exactly. It's like a snake. Cut off the head, and you've won. And that's what we've got to do. We've got to starve their front three, and the only way we can do that is pushing them back, and then using more intelligence further upfield. Take a bit of pressure off Bruno. Bring other players in that can create. Bring players in that can swap positions. So if it's not working on the left for Pogba of the diamond, then swap with Donny. If it's not working even as a diamond, then we can go to a 4-3-3. And the players that you put in that formation have got the intelligence to work that out. It's like, it's a no-brainer, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like Ollie can win this match before kickoff.
Yeah.
Just with a team talk.
Yeah.
With his selection and a team talk, he can win the match even before kickoff.
Yeah. Because we've seen under pressure how he thrives under pressure. He's like at his best when he's like his job's on the line, and I think he should be under pressure going into this game. Because I think we shouldn't be like, well, if we lose, it's all right. We should be like, well, if we win, we are 6 points clear. Yeah,
we shouldn't be talking even about losing this match
or drawing it. I think we should be going for the win. I don't think we should be as scared of Liverpool and be like, right, we're gonna play McFred, and even if we play Maguire and buy in McFred, we don't need McFred. We could play Matic and Pogba. Or even Fred and Pogba, or Fred and Donny.
But, you're going on about Solskjaer saying about being afraid, and it's like, what's he got to lose? He could play Maguire and Lindelof, people that he wants to trust and stuff. But what's he got to lose playing it a different way?
Yeah.
If it's not working for him, then swap it. But they could have been practicing that. They could have been practicing this formation since after Burnley.
Yeah.
We were, Burnley put up a big fight. We always know it's hard at Burnley. You've got to dig in, and sometimes you have to dig in with games, and other times, you can win them easy. But you either stick with that formation because they've already played a match midweek in that formation, or you say, right, we've got 3 days now to nail a different formation, something they're not expecting whatsoever. Let's really surprise them, really take the game to them, really upset them, and give them something to think about for a change, as opposed to the other way around. It was like, and it just goes to show picking the right and wrong formations. Against City, I think he got it wrong.
Yeah.
It was like they didn't have a number 9. They didn't know who to mark at the back. They were interchanging with each other. And Guardiola knew exactly what he was doing. He knew he didn't have a striker. So he said, right, you 3, you 4 are going to interchange. So you're going to run rings around them because they won't know who. Should I go with him? Should I go with him? Who's picking him up?
And you'd think your captain Maguire at the back would be able to sort that out.
Well, you would, but that's where your intelligence comes from, isn't it? It's like, if no one's dealing with that and no one's kind of stepping up to the mark and saying, he's your man, we've got to get it together here, But if you had a different formation, you'd be able to deal with that.
Yeah.
Because it's like, well, hang on a minute, we're pushing you back.
Yeah.
We're not scared of you.
Would you be happy then? Because I personally, I'd love to see the diamond, but also I still think Ollie's going to go with 4-2-3-1. Would you be happy to see a similar team to the one that beat Burnley? Obviously, Martial might be injured, but if Martial was injured, he might bring Greenwood in, or he may bring Van der Beek in, but I'd be very surprised. Yeah, I'd bring Donny in, but personally, it's clear Solskjaer, I don't know what his thing is with Donny. I personally, I think he doesn't rate him, and I think it wasn't his signing. I think he's almost having a hissy fit for not getting Grealish.
Well, possibly.
Taking it out on Donny. Which I think is ridiculous, because if he goes out on loan and we lose him, that is ridiculous. I think I've said this before, we are so lucky to have him.
We are lucky to have him, and I think you're right, and I think also you've got... he's like, well, where do I play him?
Yeah.
I've got McFred or I've got Pogba and Matic.
Drop McTominay.
So where do I play him? Yes, he could quite easily drop McTominay. I think like for like, he's a more intelligent player.
And he has more attacking threat.
And he's proved that.
Yeah.
But also Donny can play out on the right.
Yeah, he can
now
play.
It's a perfect time. If he likes to play the 4-3-3, it's a perfect time to say, well, the three I can put out there is James, Greenwood, or Donny. I've tried two. We've never seen Donny out there.
Yeah.
What have I got to lose? And out of the three, who's got the most intelligence?
Yeah.
Who's got the most skills? Who can create something? Because he's more experienced. So why not take the risk?
Yeah.
And why is it a risk?
Yeah.
Why is it a risk bringing a player like him in, of his calibre, over them two?
Yeah.
It's not a risk. And if it's not working, change it.
I think he'd be brilliant in that game. I think because he's got football intelligence. Like, I like Greenwood, and I do actually like Dan James, but I just don't think they have football intelligence. I'd almost rather see Lingard on the wing than Dan James.
I'd rather see fucking Jones on the wing than Dan fucking James.
He just doesn't offer anything. I don't get Dan James because like he doesn't offer anything. I mean, like if except speed, and I get he offers speed and he'll run all day, but apart from that, he doesn't offer anything. Which
I'll be honest, right? If I was James now, and there's all these midfielders, and we're talking about getting wide men in, and he's there,
and we've got Diallo,
and he's there at the back of the classroom going, but that's why you signed me, Ollie. I'm a wide man. I can do a job for you. And it's like, well, obviously you can't. If you were Dan James now, you'd be knocking on his door saying, get me out on loan.
Yeah, so isn't it odd that, like, because James has had more game time than Van der Beek.
Ridiculous.
So yeah, I know. So isn't it odd that a £50 million young kid is keeping an already established Netherlands international player who's played in Champions League semi-finals? You know, I think he would get into the Liverpool team. I think Van der Beek would genuinely get.
He'd get into any team.
Yeah,
get into any team. I think.
Yeah.
I don't think there'd be one club, not even in Europe, who wouldn't take him now.
Yeah.
You know, and he's not even had any game time.
Yeah.
Just his name alone and the fact that he's from Ajax, they'd be like, yeah, we'll have him. I'll take a risk on that.
I think he'd be
35 million quid.
Liverpool, so good against.
How can you get a player like that for 35 million quid?
In a normal season, he'd be near 65. I'd say in a normal season, he'd be 65 million. But just because of everything's happened, I think we got him so cheap. He was a bargain. But isn't it odd that he's not even our signing of the summer because we don't play him? Cavani has proved to be the signing of the summer technically, and he was free. Whereas Donny for me should be the signing of the summer because he should be playing. We are so lucky to have such a good player who can play so many positions.
Right, what we've got to do now is not forget who we're playing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we're talking like
Mane and Salah,
big players.
Yeah.
Who else should we be afraid of?
Robertson and Alexander-Arnold, and they'll probably have Firmino through the middle because isn't Jota still injured, isn't he?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
Got no central defenders to speak of.
Yeah. So I'll have to play CDMs in that position probably.
Yeah. So what team are we expecting?
I'm not too sure. I'd say I'm not sure. Is their keeper? I'm pretty sure Alisson's all right. I'm pretty sure Alisson's not injured. So I'll probably be thinking Alisson in goal. Obviously, their wing backs will be Alexander-Arnold and Robertson. Centre backs, maybe it could be Henderson and Fabinho. I know Fabinho's been doing well at centre back.
Right.
And then midfield. Do you reckon they would be going 4-3-3?
That's normally how they set up, isn't it?
So then they might just be playing like, I don't know if Thiago's fit, maybe Thiago, maybe Milner. I'm not sure what other midfield they could play. Then up front, they'll obviously be having Salah, Mane, Firmino.
Yeah, and it seems like with all the problems they've had with injury and all the rest of it, that's the three they're relying on.
Yeah. Because if you think about it, Robertson and Alexander-Arnold provide. I mean, going forwards, Alexander-Arnold he's unrivaled almost going forwards. He's one of the best right backs in the league, so he can just go forwards and put crosses into the box all day long for Firmino.
Yeah, and he can put a cross in, can't he?
Yeah, Salah and Mane don't really need to say much. They're probably the best attacking duo in the league, maybe except for Son and Kane. So. And Firmino, he's not a prolific goal scorer, but if you think of all the balls he's going to be getting into the box, it's like.
He's intelligent, though, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He's a bit like Martial for United. He's not a prolific goal scorer, but he does a job well. You know, he is a good Liverpool player.
Yeah, and
I like him.
He can kind of knock the ball out to them guys at either side of him, lay balls onto him. They can be running ahead of him. I mean, you've got to say, really, well, certainly the last 10 months of last year, they were probably the best front three in the country, weren't they? You know, unstoppable the season they won it. It hurts me to say it, but hats off to them.
Yeah, and they're without Van Dijk and Gomez, who are two very good central defenders. So
really
we should. I don't know why we'd be going with wingers because they've got their right and left backs backs, and they're two of the best right and left backs in the league. So if we're going down the wing, they should be able to deal with our wingers who aren't really wingers. I've said it before, I don't think Rashford's a winger, so I think we should be going through the middle, through their makeshift centre backs, and then scoring that way.
So apart from their front three, who else should we be afraid of?
I think definitely their wing backs.
Right.
I think definitely Trent and Robertson, because Trent defensively he's not amazing. I think Wan-Bissaka's better defensively than Trent, but going forwards, he's almost.
So would you say that? So it's playing to your strengths, isn't it?
Yeah.
Klopp is going to set his team out the way he does, and thinks, well, I'm not great through the middle, so let's play down the sides, get the ball up quick to our front three. They can do the damage because they've proved it. That's where the battle is going to be. Or you change that format. You change their way of thinking. You change their. Let's not go down the sides. Let's not fight them at the sides. Let's give them more problems in the middle that they have to kind of.
Thing is, Liverpool they've lost. So they've almost had half their team out at one point, and they've kept winning. They've just kept on winning and churning out results. It's like how they've done that with most of their team, and now Trent's come back. People have come back, so now they'll probably be getting more days. Even Salah's been out, hasn't he, with COVID? I think.
Yeah. And here's an interesting thing. You're right there. Imagine if they had a fully fit team.
Yeah.
Would we be 3 points ahead of them?
Yeah. I don't think we would.
Would we be 12 points behind them?
I personally think if Liverpool had Van Dijk and Gomez, they would definitely be top of the league.
By a lot.
I don't think by a lot, because I think we have done well this season, considering the backing we had in the summer. We didn't get our right winger or our centre back, and we've been playing with Lindelof and Maguire.
Yeah, but have United looked better or done well this season because other teams around them have struggled with injury,
definitely.
COVID, whatever. So it looks like United have improved.
But have they actually? Yeah, it's because every other team around has been so inconsistent. It's like results are happening. Like when Liverpool were beaten, was it 7-2 by Villa? Like that in a normal season, that is never happening. But in this season, it's just been so weird that.
Well, I think sometimes you'll always get that freak odd result.
I don't think in a normal season Villa are going to beat Liverpool 7-2. I don't think that's ever happening in a normal season. I think this season's just been so weird that almost anyone can win it.
Yeah. But then you think of City. Let's look at City for a minute. Just for a minute. What are they now? Are they 2 games behind us or 3?
I'm not sure, but they've definitely got 2 games in hand.
So I think they're 2 games behind. Now, if they win them games in hand, I think they're a point behind us.
So if we draw, then are they ahead of us? I think they are. I think if we draw, if we draw and they win our games out, I think they're.
No, they've got 2 games in hand on us.
Yeah.
Right. So if they win them 2 games, they go a point behind us. So they're a worry.
Yeah. I haven't really thought of City because obviously they're so far behind. But then you think of their games in hand. So yeah, I agree because we've been looking at Liverpool and United as the 2, challenging for the title right now.
Yeah, I think you can look at that right now because of the game coming up.
Yeah.
But I think if you were to look at it on a broader level, to be honest, I think City are going to win it, if I'm honest.
I think Liverpool are going to win it. I think that how they've been doing with almost half their team out, Klopp he's continued to grind out results even with so much of their team out. They've got that. They've got best centre back in the league in Van Dijk, and they've got a very good centre back in Gomez. Both of them are out. They had to play Fabinho there, I know, and he's been doing well. They've just been doing so well, and they keep churning out results. Alexander-Arnold was out.
Well, hang on. I think I might have got my maths wrong here. I think City are 2 games behind us. If they win them games, they're a point ahead.
Yeah.
Right? And that's how it stands now. So if we look at it now, if they had won their 2 games now and we were all on 17, we'd be on 33 points. They'd be on 34. Liverpool would be on 30. So they're 4 points ahead of Liverpool.
Yeah.
With their games in, having played their games in hand. I don't think they're going to.
And they haven't been playing Aguero, which is another
playing
worry.
Aguero.
Yeah.
I think City have got a better shout than Liverpool, if I'm honest.
Do you think?
Yeah.
I don't know, because I mean, I personally think going into this game, Liverpool might think themselves the favourites going into this game because they know. I think they're going to think that we're going to be playing Maguire and Lindelof, which is very likely. McFred protecting them and just that hit him on the break kind of play, which we shouldn't be doing. I think we shouldn't be doing against that.
No, we shouldn't. Place. We shouldn't. And I think the biggest thing Liverpool. If we were looking at our rivals, and I think this season our rivals are big rivals, main rivals are Liverpool and City.
Yeah.
I think out of the two, City have got the stronger squad. I don't think Liverpool have got any depth.
Yeah, I agree, but I still think if Liverpool had their first team playing consistently, I think they would definitely be top of the league.
Yeah, but it's easy to say if they had their first team, but they haven't. You can only play with what you've got.
Yeah,
So you look at how they played against us in the cup. They didn't play with the number 9. Very intricate, very swapping in and out. Running rings around people. Now that's what Liverpool's front three do. But if they're starved further up the pitch, they're not able to do that.
Yeah, agreed.
I think City have got better players to get the ball up to them. They're not just relying on two wing backs to do it.
City Liverpool will be an interesting game.
City Liverpool will be an amazing game.
Yeah,
can't wait for that. But, so let's have a think then. If we think that that's how Klopp's going to set out,
I think no matter how Klopp sets out, we should personally go with the diamond. However, there is that worry that the team isn't used to the diamond. It's used to that 4-2-3-1. But I think if we do go 4-2-3-1, we should definitely not play McFred or not play Fred and Matic or not play McTominay and Matic. We'd be playing Pogba in that midfield pivot alongside Matic or Fred. I don't think McTominay should be playing. Would he get into the Everton team?
Probably.
You think McTominay again? I don't think he would. Not in the CDM position.
But the thing is, again, what you've got with McTominay is not a central defensive midfielder.
Yeah.
He is a box-to-box midfielder. Yeah. So it's not his fault that he's having to protect Lindelof.
Yeah.
It's either Ollie's fault for putting him in that position and asking him to do a job, or it's Lindelof's fault because he can't step up and form a good partnership with Maguire.
I've got a sneaky feeling that he is actually going to go with Bayern Maguire. I have actually got that feeling that he's going to go with that. Well, that would just be.
Let's look at on track record, right? Ollie's going to go with De Gea, Shaw, Maguire, Lindelof, Wan-Bissaka, McFred, Bruno. Then he'll have Rashford, Cavani, either James or Greenwood, and he'd probably out of the two favour Greenwood, James.
Yeah, James.
I reckon. Yeah. So if we presume that that's how they're going to line up, we're always going to get 100% from Bruno.
Yeah.
Always. I just heard today that last year, 4 out of 12 Premier League man of the match for the month, wasn't it? Player of the month, Premier League. Bruno won 4 out of 12.
Yeah.
4 out of 12 in 12 months. He is the
reason Ollie is in a job, 100%. Without him, we would be down where Arsenal are, if not lower. Pochettino would be the manager, I think. We would. Ollie owes everything to Bruno. We are so lucky to have him. He's one of the best midfielders in the world at the moment.
Yeah.
All
right, so we've gone with what we think Ollie will set up with, right? We know Bruno's going to perform.
Yeah.
Who else needs to step up? Who else then out of them players are we looking for a big performance?
Maguire, because he's captain. If you'd made, if you made a quieter player captain, I still think that they would step up more than Maguire has. I don't think Maguire's done anything, to be honest, to prove that he's captain material. And Bruno, he is everything about. He has all the attributes of a really good captain. He's
Who's
a leader.
Liverpool's captain?
I'm not sure. Is it
Henderson?
Yeah, Henderson.
Yeah.
But I just think I think Bruno, everything about him just suggests that he should be captain.
Well, regardless of that, you're looking for Maguire to step up.
Yeah.
You want a big performance from Maguire.
Definitely.
Who else?
I think Maguire should be ruling that back line. I think Cavani could, but then I think what service is he going to get from two wingers that are very selfish if Greenwood and Rashford are on the wing? I think Rashford's going to be looking to cut inside and shoot because he is... I don't think he is... I think he's selfish, but I think from a striker that's a good thing.
Picked the pass out for Pogba the other night, though.
He did, but then he didn't have a good game. For me, because of that pass, he was a 6 out of 10. If not, he was a 5 out of 10.
Yeah, true. I mean, I was screaming to say get him off.
Yeah, and Greenwood,
and then he produces the fucking pass and we win the game.
That's the thing with Rashford. he might play a terrible game. Then he'll have one moment where he picks out a pass and it wins the game. Or he'll have one goal that he scores and that wins us the game. So he'll always have one moment in him that'll win us the game or do something big in the game, I think. So he might play terribly for the whole game. Then for one bit of the game, he'll just make that killer pass or something, or score or something like that.
So really, if we've got McFred and we're asking them to hold, we can't expect a big performance from them because they're doing the job they've been asked to do.
Yeah. Babysitting our defenders.
Babysitting the idiots, as I call them. So Maguire, we're looking for a big display. Mm-hmm. Rashford, you've mentioned.
I think Rashford should. What I'd like Rashford to do if he's on the wing is to look up and pick a pass to Cavani or something like that. I think Luke Shaw will be able to come in and put crosses in, but I don't think Greenwood and Rashford are the kind of players that are going to give Cavani much service. I think it's all on Bruno, mostly all on Bruno.
And who will Rashford be facing against which player? Liverpool.
It depends. If he's on the left, he'll be against Trent. But
that's a battle, isn't it?
Yeah, but Trent defensively, he's not amazing. He is good, I'd say, but he's not amazing defensively.
But then if Liverpool are winning the battle and Trent is going forward, that pushes Rashford back to do defensive duties.
Yeah, but I mean, when we've seen Rashford on form, he has been like one of the best in the league. So when Rashford is very inconsistent, when he's on form, he is by far one of the best players in the league.
But do you not think that'll be Klopp's plan, won't it? Klopp's plan will be, let's stifle United up front. Mm-hmm. Let's push two of their front three back, so they've got to do defensive duties, and leave Cavani, who's old and hasn't got the legs, to do nothing up front.
Yeah. My worry is that Cavani isn't going to get service. That is my worry. I just don't see Greenwood and Rashford. I don't know why we play with wingers because they are not wingers. I think Cavani and Rashford would work well in a
front two.
Yeah, front two if we played the diamond. But personally, I just don't want to see Greenwood and Rashford as wings because I don't think Cavani's going to get any service. I think they're just going to look to shoot.
And is that just in this match or in any match?
Well, I don't get why we'd play with wingers when we don't have any natural wingers. It's like if we had Sancho, that's different because I think Sancho would actually look up and be able to put a cross into the box.
Do you not think
and Traore or St Maximin if we looked at them too?
Do you not think barring, I reckon barring, if we were to look at say top 4, top 5 teams in the Premier League now, barring City, do United have a better squad to play different formations than any other squad, barring City?
Well, I mean,
you don't see Liverpool.
I mean, Chelsea. They're just spoiled for choice.
Are they a top 5 team at the moment?
I mean, if they continue, I mean, if they start performing, then they definitely.
Well, let's look at the top 5 now. Let's look at the top 5 now. If you were to look at the top 5 now, right?
Spurs have got depth.
Yeah, it's all right having depth. You can have as much depth as you want, but in versatility in terms of what formations you can play with the players you've got, would you say the two Manchester teams are on a level with each other compared to others? Because Liverpool will always set out 4-3-3. Now that's our preferred system, but we can play others and we can adapt throughout the game. Do other teams around us, do they have that versatility? Do you think Liverpool have that sort of? For me,
if we play the diamond, we can win the game. If we play the diamond, we'll be lucky to win the game. But if we play Ollie's 4-2-3-1 with Lindelof, Maguire, and McFred, we'll be lucky to draw the game.
Yeah, but you're not listening to what I'm asking you. That's against Liverpool. That's against one team. What I'm saying is, over the course of, say, the 17 games we've played, our preferred lineup is a 4-3-3. However, we do have it in us to play a diamond. Yeah. We do have it in us to play 2 holding. We do have it in us to play 5 at the... So we have it in us and the players we've got within our squad to play different formations and change them formations throughout a match. And I think At the top 5 teams, 6 teams, City are probably the only other squad that can do that. Don't you agree?
Yeah.
I don't see Liverpool changing formation.
Yeah, because they don't have a lot of depth, I suppose. Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
said, yeah.
So it's like Liverpool predominantly will go 4-3-3 and that's it. That's the way we play all the time. We usually go that, but we have played other systems.
Okay, and that's it, guys. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe. See you later.
Come on, United! Come on!
Let's go.